I've never heard of it, Anderson. This is just outrageous. I mean, in the sense that Libya is obviously on the edge, but I've always seen the FBI, after an attack like this, were right on the scene. It was either secured by State Department security officers or U.S. military. The FBI got right in, checked what was missing, checked the weapons, everything else that was used in the attack. Again, I've never seen this since the takeover of our embassy in Tehran in 1979. It tells me again that Libya is a precarious situation. The State Department realizes that the FBI cannot fight its way into a crime scene. And the FBI has got to be secured when it arrives on ground, and there's obviously none. The Libyans are not cooperating. If they're not letting the FBI talk to the people they've arrested, and frankly, I think those people are probably, you know, the types of the usual suspects, and they have nothing to do with the attack, but that's just my opinion. This is an investigation that cannot possibly, at this point, turn up very much useful.
Yeah, I mean, for Libyans not allowing any access directly to the suspects, I mean, what does that say to you? It doesn't portend well at all.
Not at all. I mean, it's Anderson, it's the Libyans, they can't decide which side they're on. I mean, this is an attack on U.S. soil. It was an act of aggression. And if they can't tell us who did it, why, and where these people are, and if in fact they arrested, the Libyan government is on the wrong side. Oh, I think it's political. I think the White House is reluctant to admit that Libya has been lost or potentially lost. No administration wants to admit that. And I think, frankly, we can't blame losing Libya on this administration. You know, it was in the works for a long time. There wasn't much it could do, but nonetheless, we have an election coming up, and no one wants to take blame for messing up the Arab Spring. Not that they have, but this is the politics of Washington. Even when you get a smoking gun, a White House wants to cover it up or explain it away.
Bob, is it too early to say, though, that Libya has been lost?
You know, you look at just the academic stuff about Eastern Libya, and you know, I've heard today that there's multiple assassinations around Benghazi, different parts of Libya, where people are settling scores of all sorts of stripes. It's chaotic. And going back to the FBI getting into Benghazi, you can't really blame them because there's nobody in control of a very large city and a very big part of Libya. So they are, you know, that's the problem at the root of it. All the facts point to that, is that nobody's in control.
Well, and Anderson, I don't think we can give this administration the benefit of the doubt. I think the fact that they are trying to blame it on a terrorist attack comes right to the heart of the fact that this is a president that took NATO and the United States into an offensive action into Libya without a clear stated policy, spent nearly $1 billion, continues to have not a clear stated policy of what our relationship is to those who are in charge, the geopolitical, you know, evolution that's occurring there, and at the same time is not providing clearly the type of security that's necessary in the environment that we're in. You know, I don't think there's anybody who in Congress or the Senate can articulate what this president's policy is post-Gaddafi in Libya. He certainly didn't articulate it when he began the military action against them, and he certainly isn't now, leaving, I think, Americans at risk.
Congressman Turner, I appreciate your time.